So this video, we're going to be reading your guys' comments on our previous 10 videos. So here we go. Okay, so we're starting from the first video that we made and just reading either if you had a question, if we just thought you were hilarious, or if you guys were rude about something. Yeah. So the first one, enjoy to hear from you guys. I like the way you guys say the word so.
That's definitely Morgan.
That is a definite me thing.
We just draw out the word so.
So. It's really whenever I'm trying to figure out what I'm about to say. So
yeah.
This one is perfect for Sarah, so she can read that one.
It says, Tennessee, more like the only 10 I see. I heard that's a very original one. Welcome. Thank you. It is a joke in America, but it's not a very common punchline, but I appreciate it considering where I live.
I think it's hilarious.
So, thank you.
Still the pretty one. Okay. Just drink tap water. ...
We do drink tap water.
We drink tap water a lot, actually.
Yes.
Okay. This one is about grocery stores, I think. As a Finn, grocery bagging service part made me smile, since whenever that's available in Finland or extremely rare occasions, I get completely uncomfortable and grumpy and paranoid. Like, why is that dude touching my food? Stop touching my food. And yes, I bought beer in the middle of the week, so...
Oh, we did explain the fact that, there's
this
none other
is
person.
such a funny comment.
But technically in Finland, when they scan it and put it on the conveyor
they're
belt,
still
touching your
all
food.
of those things. They are still wondering why you're buying beer in the middle of the week.
Which is totally fine.
Oh, and then somebody commented on that comment and said, and you bag it wrong. You guys need some training in those stores.
I feel like I'm a worse bagger just because, I just stuff all of my stuff in the bag so fast because I'm terrified of, holding up the line. So it's very, very hard to do that.
Yeah, we've broken so many things.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Hold on. I'm trying to get to the next one. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Haha, that helping thing is funny. I have once told the wrong direction to a tourist by accident, and I had walked for 15 minutes to the other way, but I felt so bad that I had to catch him up and tell him the right way, or else I couldn't have lived with myself thinking about the poor little tourist wandering around in the cold. That is so cute.
That is the most adorable.
That is adorable. As a tourist, that is super helpful because somebody has
How did you find them again?
Yeah, somebody has come back up to us and has said hey, I actually made a mistake.
But yeah, that comment is pure gold. I love that comment.
It's very funny.
Okay, this one, the next few are from one person, okay, so the next 4. Let's just read from where they started, so backwards of what I'm reading. Stop doing that, phone. There's plenty of big stores where you can buy anything, okay?
We
City
did
Market,
explain that City Market and Walmart are different.
They explained, Santa Claus's home, which...
Yes, which we did say that Finnish people think that Santa Claus lives in Rovaniemi in Lapland in the Arctic Circle. We were just commenting about the fact that we learned that lives in the North Pole, and we really mean the actual point on the not the Arctic Circle North Pole, but the actual pole itself, the actual spot on the top of the Earth.
We have always learned that so I would say most Americans think this is the most north that you can get in the entire. What is happening? Sorry guys, I don't know what happened to my computer. Okay, anyway, so we learn that he is on the very north part of the entire world. You cannot get higher up than that point, and that there's literally a pole that you press a button and then Santa Claus's village comes out.
That's absolutely from the Santa Claus movie.
Yes, and it's a candy cane striped pole, and that he lives on the North Pole. The actual pole itself. So Finland is in half of Finland is in the Arctic Circle where Santa Claus lives. It's just different than what we heard. We don't think of North Pole being Arctic Circle. We think of North Pole being the actual pole. So that's and I would say too that I would say that since Santa is for the entire world, we never learned that he was from like one specific country.
Yeah. So that's different.
Okay, so all these are still from the same person, and they're commenting on the first video that we made about like the differences, and they said Finnish people don't speak English ? But they spelled speak wrong, so that tells you enough. And then they commented, I just really don't like these comments, because this comment, holy hell, you guys are clueless. Thank you. We really appreciate that.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Fun fact about Americans, Americans really don't like being called stupid. That's pretty much the worst insult that I can get personally. And frankly,
offended.
both of us are very smart people, and that's not our personal opinion. That's like in school, we are very smart people normally.
Not that you can 100% tell, but the problem is that
we do sound stupid.
We are science people, so us starting art probably does sound stupid, or some of the things just. But just to let everyone know, we are not stupid people.
We also don't have huge egos, like I just made a sound like we did.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Okay. I've always been wondering why Americans have prices without tax. It would be so annoying. We want to explain the fact that whenever companies in America make food, they make it for every state in America. And the states in America are similar to countries in Europe. So every state has a different tax. So they cannot add the tax in the price of something because it's different per state. Yeah. Where like a pack of chewing gum is pretty much the same in every state, except for when you buy it in the taxes, because every state tax is different.
Yeah. So like I'm from Missouri and she's from Tennessee, and my taxes are lower than her taxes on like sales tax. So that's why we have extra taxes ended like at the end. Although it would be really convenient for like each state or each company to put like this sales tax is blank percent so that you can still figure it out, but that's not a thing.
We do agree that it is very inconvenient, but it can't really be different just based on the states in general.
Okay, so next one.
Okay. McDonald's and Hesburger are two completely different things, just as different as McDonald's, Burger King. First of all, as an American, I would say that Burger King and McDonald's are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same company.
They are very, very close together. Yeah. Like, they're in competition because they're on the same level. They have the same quality food. They have the same food. So they're very similar.
And like, while McDonald's doesn't have, like, chicken fries and Burger King doesn't have, like, I don't know really what Burger King has, but I'm sure they don't have, like, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits or McFlurries or whatever. Obviously, they don't have McFlurries. But, like, they pretty much have the same thing. And they're pretty much the same price, except for McDonald's has the dollar menu. So,
Burger King does too, but...
Oh, I don't really go to Burger King
a lot. I definitely prefer Burger King over McDonald's.
I like McDonald's
but we both like Hesburger, and we were meaning popularity-wise, not quality-wise.
For everybody, though, Hesburger is fantastic.
Yeah, it's way better than McDonald's, actually.
Yeah, if you get that option, go to Hesburger.
Okay, such an interesting video. Please keep vlogging. Also, here's a tip on how to find uncommented. I guess it's mostly for us. We appreciated them telling us what it looks like, the word carbonated in Finland, which I'm not trying to pronounce this because I absolutely can't pronounce it, but we really
they pretty much just told us how to find the regular water and how to find carbonated water.
And tap water is very clean and safe to drink in Finland. We also appreciated that. So yes, thank you for that comment.
These are the comments that we really enjoy because we have no idea what we're doing. And comments like this have helped us out. So thank you. If you notice us struggling with something and care to help, please do. Take a long swim off the coast. Why would I do that? Why in the world would I do that?
We're not really good at the whole cold thing.
One, I can't even swim. And two...
I like swimming, but I like swimming when the water is warm because... I guess it wouldn't help them. In Fahrenheit, my swimming pool gets to be 98 degrees, so almost 40 degrees Celsius, because in Tennessee,
That's hot.
It is very, very hot. It is literally like
it's like
in a shower.
It's like you're just boiling.
Yes, I know, it's crazy. Because originally, like, I never felt water that warm, but I personally like the nice warm water, so.
See, I have done the polar plunge in America before. Actually, I've done it like 4 or 5 times, and it's awful. Like, the only reason I did it was for charity. Why would I voluntarily do that?
Which is totally different, because Finnish people do like going to the sauna and then going swimming in that, and I totally understand because you get really, really warm in the sauna.
I also don't like how hot it is in the sauna, though.
But I probably won't be swimming in the coast. So
Thanks for that suggestion.
Yeah, I
but
would.
Probably not.
I would if I was really warm.
This is my favorite comment.
We did reference this comment already, but I still am offended.
Okay. What's with the SJW glasses? Are you some kind of feminist loonies?
Yeah, so we did explain that the glasses are the most common type of glasses in America for our generation at the moment, and they might not have They might not have come to Europe yet, but I'm sure they will. And it does not make us feminist Nazis, nor have we said anything about
not Nazis, loonies.
Loonies.
Don't say Nazis. That's
we are
mean.
Not loonies, nor are we feminists. But
and when we say feminist, we took this as the kind of feminist that people don't like. Because I think there's nothing wrong with the actual feminists that aren't crazy and just want more rights than men. But feminist loonies, one, I love your vocabulary there.
It was very funny. But I would not ever consider us feminist loonies, so.
We're pretty actually old-fashioned in the way of, well, I can't speak for Sarah, but I have no problem making you a sandwich if I'm the first one on the boat when the boat,
frankly, I don't
when the ship is
sinking.
Care. Like, I don't really care all that much, but we're not feminist loonies because of our classes.
Yeah, so thanks. I love this one. Straight roads are boring. Bored people fall asleep. Sleeping drivers end up in accidents, probably dead. So yeah, sometimes roads curve to go around something, but there are places where there's nothing like that. But the roads just curve anyway, just so they're not too boring. I personally love that comment.
love this comment.
That's very funny. Actually, in America, the roads at some point have to be straight so that airplanes can land if there's an emergency. So we are just used to seeing straight roads. But I think that is very, very funny.
Yeah, what she just said is an actual law in America that after a certain number of miles, there has to be 100 meters of straight road. There has to be.
Yeah, but we still have curvy roads, especially going through the forest. It's just that Finland just has so many odd things that you have to go around. So it's
we were mainly meaning in Helsinki too, in the actual city.
Yeah, in the city.
There was very curvy roads.
I think it's very funny.
Those ones are just explaining it, I think.
Okay.
But we do have our cities were made after your guys's were, so one of the comments on that comment was something along the lines of we have the grid style, and that's 100% true.
It is very true in
Except
New York.
Except for Boston.
But you should look at the difference between New York and Boston. New York is very grid-like, and Boston is like Helsinki. It's literally curves everywhere. It's ridiculous. This video, or this comment, I should say, is on a video when we were explaining the fact that the difference of English and cooking things. So it says, just checked 10 random packages and all of them had ingredients in English. I'm calling bullshit on your claim. First of all,
be nice.
We don't appreciate that, but actually, we did make a mistake and said ingredients and not instructions. But why would it help me to know that there is protein in what I'm eating when I can't cook it? So yeah, I guess the ingredients are in English and that's fantastic, but it doesn't help me in any way. And our packages that we looked at, all of them had instructions in Finnish. Or Swedish.
Swedish has that too.
So
but guess what we also don't speak? Swedish.
So, yeah, I don't appreciate that because we were not completely making up everything, and we can take pictures of it and some shit. You know what, there's you know what, it's
Stop
all...
saying bad words on my YouTube.
They're not in English, so that was the point of that.
But...
Thank you.
That comment did help a little bit because I didn't realize that I had said in the video ingredients instead of instructions. But don't leave the end of that comment like that because that's mean. Like, respect people. Okay. Okay. I actually really like this comment. It says, just stopping by to say that learning happens when you are taking a break. When you stop working for a while, your brain starts to process the information and the learning can happen. You learn more if you are taking many breaks compared to if you would just study 8 hours without breaks, just saying. I think that's a very good point, actually.
Yeah. But except for the fact that in our college classes, we are not studying 8 hours a day, maybe in high school, but there's still, like, breaks between every class, and, like, our college classes, we can pick. You could have, like, a class a day, so, like, an hour a day.
I think this specific comment was because we were talking about the art school, and we said, like, they take so many breaks, and by that, we really... Like, we should have just said, you know, like, they're just socializing a lot. But I do agree that, like, if you take breaks, then you're going to learn more. And that really is the time that they come up with their new, like, artistic
but
ideas.
Like, in our, like, when we have classes that are back-to-back in our campus, we have 10 minutes between every one of them. So we are not, even if we had, like, 3 or 4 classes in a row, it's never... like, straight that you are in, for one, the same classroom or, like, anything without a break. So we do take breaks, but the art school is just odd, the fact that it's technically, like, one class all day, and you have a lot of breaks in the same day. So, and that's actually really specific to that art school, so it's, like, it's very odd. But
I liked that comment, though, because I never had thought about it, honestly, but that was a very... informed comment, so good job.
And I think they just extend their breaks all the time. Like, it's supposed to be like a half hour, but then they end up taking it
2 hours.
But they take it like a 2-hour break, so it's
They're just so laid back. I appreciate it. I want to read this one. Okay, so I agree with this comment 100%. It said, I think half of your culture shock is coming from being at an art school. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes. I am so stressed out at this art school, and I never would have thought that, like, okay, this might sound mean, but, like, science majors tend to think that science is, like, one of the harder majors and that art is one of the less hard majors. I disagree with that now, because maybe it's just me, but painting, I feel like, should calm you down, but it stresses me out like no other. And, yes, like... everybody that we're with is very different than the other Finnish people that we've met at the art school. A lot of culture shock from changing complete majors. It's that one.
Okay. I really appreciate this one. Salmonaki is actually salt of the ammonia. So I appreciate them breaking down the word. Thank you. It's made from ammonia, and I think it was hydrochloric acid. End result is pure white fine powder that you can use like table salt. It's actually usually mixed with licorice in candy, and therefore, if you don't like licorice, you probably don't like any salmonaki candy.
I have a few comments on this, actually, coming from the, like, being chemistry and biology that we are. Why would you ever eat something that is the salt of hydrochloric acid and ammonia?
Yeah.
You know, okay, so we're in a lot of, like, chemistry labs, and they're not, like, the lame little high school labs that, like, you're mixing around salt and water and making salt water. But we use very concentrated of both of those chemicals, and even with the not concentrated versions, we have to wear gloves, goggles, lab coats.
And we work in a fume hood, so we actually don't ever, like, smell it or touch it at all.
Yeah. So maybe to not, like, to Finnish people, it's normal to eat salmiakki. But maybe to not science people, too, it would be better, like, less of a mental block. But whenever I hear hydrochloric acid, I think of the many times that I've burned myself on it. Mm-hmm. And ammonia, I think of dying. Like, so I really don't want to think of those mixed and then eating it.
Yeah, we use very like concentrated hydrochloric acid, which is different than what you're eating, but just the fact that it is the same thing and it burns and you gotta take like a chemical shower and you gotta, I mean, it's
hydrochloric acid is 1,000 times more acidic than the acid in your stomach. So like, I don't know, I think it's definitely just a mental block for both of us because we use this so often. But why would you ever want that? And table salt is chlorine and sodium, by the way. Hold on. This person said they don't like salmiakki and they're Finnish, so shout out to you because I have not met a single Finnish person that has said that they don't like salmiakki.
Yeah, which is actually not only in Finland as well.
Yeah, we found out this week that it's in Germany too.
Germany and France. No, the Netherlands. We met somebody from the Netherlands and said that he brought some from the Netherlands because he didn't know it was from or in Finland. So it is over Europe.
All of these are kind of about salmiakki now. So this one's. This sounds like a threat. You would be well advised to stop mocking salmiakki. I'm sorry that the last minute of this video has been us talking about salmiakki.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think it's fun. Like, this person, maybe they didn't mean it like this at all, but, like, I feel like you're very hurt that we don't like salmiakki.
We're sorry.
We're sorry that... Okay, so another thing about salmiakki is, like, American candy is almost always sweet. And
or sour.
It's sour a lot too, but like, and if it is salty at all, it has sweet to go along with it. So
yeah, that's another difference between the why we have a problem with salmiakki is just the fact that all your candy is very salty. So we're just not used to the actual flavor itself.
Whenever I was little, I was specifically told like stop putting so much salt on stuff because I would salt my fries or whatever or spaghetti or whatever, and I think that my parents would have a heart attack seeing how many people use salt in this country. Americans might have diabetes, but I feel like you guys have sodium level problems because there's so much salt.
Yeah, that's just explaining what salmiakki is. This comment says, "Isn't Red Santa the Coca-Cola version?"
I've never heard of
what?
that.
Is that? It is. The original Coca-Cola ad campaign was actually designed by an artist of Finnish descent. That is very interesting. I had no idea.
I had no idea.
When we met Santa Claus, he just didn't look like the actual picture that we knew. I don't know where we got our picture from. But
I guess this. Actually,
apparently
the Coca-Cola.
We got it from Coca-Cola.
Apparently, Americans get everything out of sugary drinks and candy.
Who knew? But that was a very interesting comment.
Cool, man.
This one says, "I'm sorry, you actually ran to see the Northern Lights and almost crushed some Chinese people while doing so. That's adorable. I'm so happy that you got the opportunity to see that before leaving Rovaniemi."
We are glad that we got to see it too, but we really did. We almost ran those Chinese people.
It was very dark. We couldn't see them, but we really appreciate the fact that we met them because they gave us some really awesome pictures.
Yeah, right. And honestly, like, I'm still friends with them on Facebook because that's how they gave us the pictures, and they take such great pictures of Finland.
Really.
They went to, like, even more north than Rovaniemi, and they take the most beautiful pictures, and I feel like I'm extra vacationing through them.
Yeah.
This person just said, like, go to the wilderness with campfire and a tent for the
yeah,
Northern
it is
Lights.
True. You just need to be away from the city lights.
Yeah.
We were pretty far away from the actual city lights, so we could see it pretty
well.
well.
I still wouldn't want to sleep outside in northern Finland. I'm pretty sure I'd have frostbite. Okay, so this says, there's an old saying about salt and fins. What is my computer keep doing? Okay, salt and fins. Thick with salt is a poor man's candy. And it says that in Finnish, yeah. So, yeah, maybe some foods are a bit salty, and then they put a little smiley face.
They are. They're very salty.
A bit.
It probably doesn't taste salty to you, just in the same way as our food doesn't taste sugary to us. It's just going from one to the other is a big difference.
And those are two extreme, like, salty and sugary, I would say, are the exact opposite of each other. So... I'm sure they're not that salty. But, yeah, like, even reindeer. I tried some reindeer, and I had to like cut the burger in half and then put it on the bread because it was so salty that I felt like I was just like shoveling salt in my mouth. I'm sure it's not as bad of. Oh, and somebody commented on that and said, and the spices used back in the day were mostly salt and pepper, and that's about it. So that makes sense, I guess. Because, yeah, that makes sense. And then somebody comment, Aurora, I can never say this.
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah,
we do know
scientific
the scientific
name.
We do know the scientific name.
I think that's funny, though, because we say all the time that we're science people, and then we didn't say the scientific name.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah.
I do think that's funny, though. I can't say it. Hold on. Is this... This one isn't... Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that one's not one. I don't know if that one is.
Oh, yeah, okay, that was just... Okay, this one is on the video that we were doing a tour of our dorm. So it says... Oh, when we were describing the day thing, that whatever, it says, once you get used to having one, you'll never use a bathroom without one. I still have not tried it, and it's been 2 months because I don't need one. Like, I don't ever have it.
We've been told by a Finnish person that they think we're gross for not using one.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I just have a few questions about it, because I haven't tried it either, but a few questions. One. So, like, when you're using it, I feel like it would be awkward to use, and it would get water everywhere. We actually had a suite mate in America that tried to, like, make her own bidet sometimes, and the water got everywhere. So, does the water get on the floor and stuff, and, like, on the seat of the toilet?
I don't think so. We're not mastering that one. Okay. Finnish apartment houses rarely have dryers in their apartment. It's more common to have this huge closed dryer room in the basement that everyone can use, or maybe your campus also has one. So on that, like, first half of that, we've actually gone to a lot of people's apartments and everything, not just dorm buildings, but actual, like, apartments, and so far we have not seen a single dryer.
I don't understand how you guys do this.
Everybody just has, like, little tiny, like, drying racks. Like, I have one at my house, but, like, just for, like, the clothes that you can't put in the dryer. So, like, we haven't actually seen a dryer. I'm sure that there, of course, are them, but we just haven't seen them. Yeah, so it's a little bit. And then it says, actually, I've also never been in an actual house, I guess, so I've never been in somebody's basement. So maybe that they're in the basement, but I don't know. And our campus does not have a dryer at all. We share one washer.
Yeah, and we don't have the drying rack. I specifically looked for it.
Sadly,
we don't have it.
We don't have anything.
Maybe this isn't good for either the radiator or our clothes, but we kind of just, like, put our clothes on the radiator to dry them.
It dries them. And also, it might feel odd, but we can go to the sauna with people that we don't know, so we are not interested about your pink underwear.
I love that. We're going to make another video about, like, the differences part 2, and sauna is probably going to be number 1 on that list.
Yeah,
for all you Americans, look forward to that video. But that comment is so funny and probably very true.
Yeah, it's not that we think you're interested. It's just like an odd, like, it's a difference. It's definitely.
I would say, honestly, in America, I would be more afraid of nobody judging me, but somebody stealing my clothes. Which describes America perfectly. But yeah, I wouldn't want anybody to have access to my clothes for that long, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so those were all of the comments that we got so far. So, as we're making more videos, we might make another one, but thanks for everyone who had, like, really funny comments or really helpful comments. Not thank you for the really rude comments.
Or creepy comments.
So, thanks, but, yeah, we'll make other videos about them.
Keep asking questions, though. Yeah, thank you, guys.